Welcome to another edition of Down to the Wire. A cold May long weekend day here at Alberta. It always snows. Today we have Jacob Cutting. Pretty proud, pretty happy, pretty excited young fella. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Jackson.
For those of you that weren't here on Sunday, Jacob Cutting won his first ever training horse race on Sunday with a horse called Starface. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Kind of an interesting story. So Jacob's sister summer before.
Yeah, I think last summer.
Last summer was out jogging the Starface horse and got hurt. What did that mean to you? So somehow you've ended up with the horse. You weren't the owner of that horse at that time. How did that happen first?
I'm actually leasing him off of Trevor Williams, and in the middle of June he'll be going back to Manitoba to race there for a bit. But yeah, it was good to get my win with that horse, just because my sister was quite banged up and everything from that. But
that should be working out pretty good with the water truck going by. So it seems funny to have the water truck going on a day like today. Maybe we'll have a skating rink. So how is Christine doing? I know a lot of people on Facebook are in the industry also. She's around. I've seen her this spring. How is she doing?
she's doing well. She's still going to the doctors and stuff with follow-ups and that, but she's doing way better.
For sure. So she had a very bad head injury, and I guess being young and able to recuperate quicker sure helps, but she had a very tough go, and good luck, Christine, to keep it going that way. Aspirations. You're a young fella. You're second generation. Did Daryl or Melinda's parents, were they in the game?
They owned horses, but I don't believe they trained any.
So second generation horseman, Daryl Cutting, if you see in the program as trainer, and doing some driving this year. It was natural that you were going to fall into the game. I guess the reason is, a young fella, how come you're staying in the game?
It's just in my blood, and dropped out of high school, and it's just what I love to do pretty well. So
Jacob he's got a great set of colors too. They're nice and clean all the time when he's got them on, but it's too cold today. What about being a driver? What does that mean to you? Usually that's the lure that young people have. Is that also your goal?
Oh yeah, for sure. All I gotta pretty well do, I've had my trainers for a year, and I just gotta get everything else in order for my physical and the trainer's exam, and then I got to do my rated mile and then right on to the qualifiers. So
that's awesome. Just to go over the process a little bit, is you have to be a trainer for a certain period of time. It changes throughout Canada a little bit. Then, as Jacob said, you write an exam to be a driver. You also have to do qualifying drives. So I think it's 10 qualifying drives, which those are usually before the races. The judges will grade him and keep track on a point system when he gets his 10 drives or enough points. Then he has to go a rated mile, which is kind of interesting. You have to tell the judges at each quarter what you're going to be, and there's no screwing around really. It's almost down to the fifth, right?
Yeah, pretty well.
Do you practice that? Can you practice that? Plus you've got to have the right horse to do it, probably.
Yeah. Well, I've got 5 horses myself, and I'm training 2 3-year-olds for Trevor Williams, so they're training twice a week, so I get to practice quite a bit going my miles.
Good idea. How about you went down east for a little bit with Travis Cullen, who was raced here at one time, has a good stable down there. Probably got away from mom and dad a little bit, which isn't the worst thing to do in the real world, although I never left home, so I'm a bad one to say that. But just to watch him, we all know he's a workaholic and a great horseman. Can you pick up something just by watching, and was he happy to help you as well?
Yeah, the Cullens were a great family to work for, and I definitely learned a ton from them. And overall in Ontario, it was a great experience for me, and I learned a ton.
Well, and it's always the aspiration to maybe go back again, too. You never know. It's so tough out here. We only race 2 days a week or 3 days a week. It's so tough for the young fellas and girls to get into this game when there's such rare opportunities to race. Money means so much, and it's tough to tell an owner, gee, I like this kid, I want to put him down, and it's tough for the owner or the trainers to also accept that, and it's a lot of pressure on you when it happens.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's where having your own stable will help too. It'll be a learning curve. What do you think about the new track? So Century Mile is open. The thoroughbreds are there now. I'm assuming you're excited to be part of that. What do you think that means to Alberta racing?
I think it means a lot. I like mile racing. The Mohawk was a real nice track in Ontario, and they have a lot of big stake races and a lot of big stables that race on that track. And I think it'll be great for Alberta harness racing.
And for sure, so just the stability of racing, hopefully I know everybody seems to be in the hole, including the whole industry. If we can get back onto the surface in 2019, I do expect to see increases in the whole industry in 2020. I hope you're a part of it. I hope you get some of that money, and thank you for doing this. Good luck in your career.
Thanks, Jackson.